Hey guys, today we're going to be learning about scat. Before I tell you what scat is, you have to ask yourself 3 questions. Do I like learning about wild animals? Do I like learning about things that are a little bit gross? And do I like smashing things with hammers? If you answered yes, or even kind of, to all 3 of those questions, you can keep watching. Otherwise, you should probably hand this over to somebody who might answer yes to those questions. So scat is a very polite and sort of scientific word for poop. Now, I love looking for animal tracks in the snow in my yard. Right after the snow falls, I go out there and I find rabbit tracks, deer trails, and sometimes even something I'm not sure what it is. It's so exciting, and I try to learn about it. There's no more snow in my yard. How about yours? But you know what there probably is? Scat. So we can still tell what animals are using our yard at night when we're sleeping. There's a couple I know. You probably have some rabbits hopping through your yard, even if you're in the village. And their scat looks just like M&M's. Maybe not quite as shiny. And definitely does not have a tiny little M printed on it, so I could flip all those over. They'll look a little more authentic. This is the exact shape and size. That one's easy. And you probably have some deer trails going through your yard or somewhere pretty close to your home. And their scat looks an awful lot like Raisinets. Sometimes the Raisinets look like they're stuck together, but Raisinets. It's true. And here in Akron, sometimes we do have coyotes. Some of you have told me you've seen them in your yard. Sometimes I hear them at night, and I definitely have seen their scat in my yard. This is the most fascinating. I had to do a little bit of a recipe for this one. So it looks kind of like this. This is not exactly the right color, but it's full of stuff. And we are going to make it full of stuff. So I melted about a tablespoon of chocolate chips. And here's the hammer part. Grab your hammer. Grab some shredded wheat biscuits. I got 2 shredded wheat biscuits in here. I'm going to whack them with my hammer. So they look like that. This is going to be our animal fur because a coyote eats the entire animal, fur, bones, and everything. And what he can't use, out it comes. Okay, and this is a wintergreen lifesaver that I whacked with the hammer too. I didn't whack it too much because I want them to be like little tiny bones. Now the real scat is so much more interesting because if you take some sticks and you poke it apart, the bones are sometimes entirely whole and you can see if he ate a bird or a mouse. I'm not even going to use the whole lifesaver, like a little sprinkle of bones. I'm going to stir it up. And I'm going to lay it out on a piece of wax paper. We'll kind of make a log sort of shape. Stick that in the fridge. And, oh, what can we do with it later? But if you really like using that hammer, take a little piece of wax paper here. I can whack with the hammer again. Oh, that's really fun. Now, if it was something I found in my yard, I wouldn't touch it with my hands. That's too gross even for me. All these bones and fur in there, isn't that interesting? And then if you're feeling really brave, I suppose you can even eat that. It's up to you. Mostly this was a sort of a science experiment and learning about biology, but if you're really hungry for chocolate after all that, go ahead. That'll be fun. And then you guys can come and tell me about it at the library.